See, here's the thing. I don't care who you are, where you come from, or what kind of gamer you think you are. Right now, at this exact moment, is absolutely the greatest time in history to love video games. Period. Umbrella Fight.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What is up? How is everyone doing tonight? I'm doing great. Welcome to the Umbrella Fight. This is, of course, the #1 podcast, the only podcast in the whole entire world. There are no podcasts like it. The only podcast on which we talk about the video games. Hell yeah. Devin, John, how are you guys doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm doing great, feeling great.
That's great to hear, guys. I love it. We all got our shades on. We're ready to talk about the only thing that matters on this podcast, and that is, of course, video games.
That's right.
Got a lot going on in the video games hemispheres today.
Yeah, there
How
is.
many hemispheres are there? I don't know. Who can say? So many angles to slice it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, let's go ahead and take a quick pause real quick before we get into it. We're going to do a thing we do every single time we do this podcast, and that is, of course, the collective quench.
Let's go.
Everybody grab your receptacles by which you are drinking tonight. Could be a can, could be a cup or mug or glass, a tank or chalice, stein, a canteen, jug or flask, a vessel of any kind. Fill it with your favorite liquid. We like whatever we're drinking tonight. Go ahead and raise them up. Umbrella Fight, our circle tight. We shine together in the night with laughter loud and spirits in sync. Raise up your glass, and now we drink.
We drink.
Oh, delicious.
I've got a seltzer that's strawberry cream.
Strawberry cream seltzer? That sounds so delicious. I'm not going to lie. That sounds awesome.
Pretty good, Nathan. I think you would really enjoy this.
Yeah, absolutely. Where did you get said seltzer from?
It is from HEB. Not sponsored, but it is by Polar.
Okay.
Polar strawberry cream. Pretty
Love
damn
it.
good.
I love a good seltzer water. John, what are you drinking on tonight?
I'm drinking out of a jug filled with ice water.
Sure, bud.
2 H's and an O.
Bro's got that gray goose.
Many times over. I love it.
Gray goo,
This
baby.
is filled to the brim with Grey Goose.
Gray goo. There's actually a theory. You guys know the gray goo theory? Y'all heard of that?
Whoa,
Gray
no.
goo. No.
Gray goo. Yeah, so gray goo, this is an interesting one. I like thinking about it from time to time because we're approaching the point where that might be possible. As computers shrink and become smaller and smaller and robots become a thing, and we get better and better at it, eventually we'll have robots that make robots that make robots, and they will become so tiny that and move autonomously that they will essentially, to our eyes, become gray goo, and it'll be just like piles and goop of robots, miniature robots that do things. And the danger behind it is that they become autonomous, and then Skynet type shit kicks off, and then we are just all consumed. The whole world is just consumed by nothing but infinitely replicating. Infinitely replicating nano robots. That is a tongue twister right there.
Sure is.
Yeah, that was a mouthful.
It's quite the mouthful. I must be stuffed with gray goo at the moment. Well, guys, let's go ahead and talk about video games. How about that? Because damn, this week has been long as shit, and I'm tired of it already. And it's Friday Junior.
That's
So
right.
let's just jump into what's been going on in your neck of the woods. Devin, what have you been playing? You've been playing the game of life.
Well, I did do that, but I did play a video game.
A game with video?
Yes.
Whoa.
It had video. In fact, it was projecting onto my monitor. It was pretty good.
Hell yeah.
I had the desire the unquenching desire to play season 2 of Battlefield 6 because they dropped a new map and I haven't played it yet, and it's just been taunting me. So it called my name enough, and I jumped into some Battlefield. Dude, I gotta say, I didn't even play a full match because I didn't have time. But brother, I think I haven't played a full match. I think they cooked on that map. It is cool. It is a very cool map.
What makes it unique?
I was gonna. I'm so glad you asked. So they made a pretty cool because it's the elevation that they used in the map was really cool. In other words, it's on like, and they have other maps that have some mountains in them, but you're not really handling the altitude in the way that it's doing here. And what I mean by that is typically you're on the low ground or you're on the high ground, and you're kind of that's kind of the matchup. Like there's what's that main, John, what's the name of the one that you hate that was in the beta? It was like so one of the mountains.
Is it Liberation Peak?
Liberation Peak, yes, that one.
Liberation Peak.
It's decidedly not peak, huh?
So
No,
Liberation
it sucks.
It's not that bad, but people do think it's one-sided, and I don't think I believe that. I think people just cry about it. It's fine. Opinions can be opinions here. I don't think that. I don't have any strong.
We have them.
Like, yeah, I don't have any strong evidence to be like, oh, it is a good balanced map, or it's not. I don't have metrics, so I like the map. But the difference between this map, Liberation Peak, and the new map, and I can't even tell you the name of it. Like I said, I jumped in it, and then I haven't even looked. Was the dynamic of elevation and the map design in terms of like, you're not necessarily in the high ground or the low ground. It kind of depends on where you're at in the map. In Rush anyway, so like you'll have a high ground way to start going to the sites, or you'll have like a tunnel with like a underground cave thing, like a road tunnel, right? You'll like go under this underground road tunnel thing, and you can come out the other side, and so you can push from like this low spot where you're having to kind of trek uphill, or you can come from the other side outside the tunnel, like around the corner, and you're more so coming from a higher ground, or at least a level ground. So there's a lot of dynamic in how you can play the map. I think it's really cool.
So wait, is there more verticality in general in this map?
I think there's more dynamics in the verticality. Okay. It's not like it's significantly.
It's not so this or that. It's like there are areas in between that you can get.
Yes,
depending on where you're at. Okay, that's cool.
A lot of dynamic. I think it was really cool. There's a lot of hills, so there's a lot of ways that you can kind of like sneak your way through and kind of flank if you're doing it right. I felt pretty cool. I was able to kind of get into this cool position with like a bush and just like sit there and wait for the enemies to run through, because they were running around this hill where I was at, and I was just sitting on a bush on the opposite side of the hill and waiting for them to run past me, because they didn't look on the backside of that hill that they were running past. So I was just sitting there and I was just kind of camping them as they were funneling out. And I just sat there and I just murked some people sitting in that spot. I don't know. It was a neat map. I thought it was cool. And it's kind of more bunkery. Like it's mountains. Like when you think of like evergreen trees and like the like Colorado Rocky Mountain style environment, it's more of that with like bomb shelter, bunkers, like inside the hillside, you'd have like a little like barricaded fort almost.
Sick.
Really cool map. I loved it. Thought it was great. Didn't even play a full match of it, but I think it cooked. So
they have vehicles?
Yeah. Yes.
John's just looking to crash helicopters into bunkers.
They definitely have helicopters, and I think they have a new helicopter specifically for that map.
Ooh, new chopper.
They brought back the there's like that really light helicopter that they had in 2042 that everyone really loved. It was like a really maneuverable, like very quick helicopter. I mean, doesn't have a lot of armor, so you can get shot down pretty easily, but you're so agile, that you can dodge a lot and you can really maneuver around that map at a low altitude and be pretty effective. Your main target is the ground units, like just foot soldiers. So you're not looking to attack like tanks or anything like that. It's designed specifically for the pilot to kill foot soldiers. Pretty cool chopper. People really love that one because you can just get in there and solo and like have fun with it. But yeah, so they did add that in there.
That's awesome.
I think that's new.
Cool. Sick new map about getting in position on bushes.
That's right.
I love that.
Position. It's important.
Bush position is definitely important.
Did I play?
What's this conversation even about? Did you play anything else?
I might have played some Arc Raiders.
Okay. Not sure. Maybe.
I think I'm looking at my Steam. I opened Arc Raiders and I think I played it. Last played. Oh wait, never mind. I did not play Arc Raiders.
Okay.
I did not play Arc Raiders, but I did play Battlefield 6.
It's good that you know whether or not you played it.
Now I do.
Now you do.
Now I do. Been a busy week, dude.
That's cool, man.
But yeah, Battlefield 6 played for 30 minutes.
More like Battlefield Sick.
Yeah. Yeah,
Awesome.
I like that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
Took a second to compute. We had to take a second to judge
loading.
that. I think it was all right. I think it landed. John, what have you been playing? Cyberpunk, Red Dead 2. I just throwing out two guesses there.
Actually, I have something new.
No.
I've been playing a lot of Path of Exile.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, did that Darkhaven demo get you? Did you play that Darkhaven demo?
I did not get a chance to play that demo.
Okay.
But like seeing it, I was like, man, like I wanted to like play a game like that.
We should. Okay, wait. Is Path of Exile multiplayer? Can we play that together?
Yes.
Can you level me up quickly? Because I hate the beginning of those games more than anything.
No, I don't think so.
Damn it. Okay.
Dude, but I have like 10 hours on it.
Nice.
Like, and I started playing like maybe on like
it's like Monday or Tuesday, right?
Yeah. But
sick, dude.
I honestly have no idea, like lore wise. I have no clue what's going on. I'm playing as a tank. I have a bunch of these abilities that like one of them I have a slam and like spikes come out of the ground. Another one I hit my stick and like these spears come out of like I can throw my hatchet. I have like fireball, like it's cool and it's crazy. I had gameplay. I just honestly forgot to send it, but like it almost feels like I'm playing League because of like the orientation of the camera. But like I'm having a lot of fun going out, doing stuff like getting quests, like the progression of like, man, I have this item. It sucks, but I have to make do until I can get more items, then sell those items to get more money, and then buy higher items so I can go kill more things and then get even better. Like the number go up.
Man.
It goes back to number go up.
It always comes back to number
It always goes back to number go up, dude.
Don't you just love when number go up though? It's the best.
Right. And like it's crazy because I was really surprised that like because from my understanding it's like a 15-year-old game, but it is
it's quite old.
It is extremely active. Like
people love Path of Exile.
Dude, like the town area where I'm at, dude, like the base, like where you just when you load into the game is packed. And like there are characters, there's people's characters that are like level 100, high 90s or whatever. And like there was a character skin or like outfit or whatever. They had their own orbit. Like they had like stings orbiting them, and they were like this nebulous thing, like it was making my game bug out because of how like this person looked. It was insane.
That's so weird. I love
know,
that.
Like some of these people are so decked out, it's nuts. There was one guy that was like 12 feet tall for like no reason, was just sitting down, like was just there.
Just a giant dude.
Dude, and I'm just a dude with a stick.
Giant dude with stick. He's like he thinks he's playing Dark Souls.
Massive club, bro. I'm like I think I'm level 12 or level 13.
Nice.
But like I just been playing. I beat a boss like earlier before I jumped on. I didn't like go back to talk to anybody about it, so I'm sure I will at some point. But like I destroyed this boss, and it was really funny, like seeing the boss design.
Mhm.
Right, like you were in this like circular room, and I'm assuming that it's probably easier if you have somebody with you to play with. But like, it was just
Potentially.
me, and like the boss did a lot of damage, but I had like a little speed potion. I could just outrun the boss and like regen. So I was like chasing it around in a circle, just throwing hatchet. Like it was funny, like cheesing that boss a little bit. It was a
You
lot
know,
of fun. I made
some
him
of the
look
early
really
stuff
silly.
you gotta cheese it sometimes with the I know I did in at least in Diablo 3 I cheesed a lot of junk. Just like, oh, I gotta
Oh,
get the
what do you
potion.
know? Yeah, get me out of here.
Yeah.
One thing that surprised me also was how bloody it is, dude. Like the place I was at where I fought that boss was this prison, and like this jailer, the warden was the boss. Oh my god! Like just like people like just guts out, like hanging. It was insane, like all over the place. It was like I was in Doom. It was a lot,
Nice.
but I've been enjoying the game so far. From what I'm understanding, Act One, I'm helping a group of people. In exile, get out of and go
There it
to
is.
a new place. And so I'm slowly but surely making a way for them to move forward.
Awesome.
So I'm excited to see how that goes. Other than that,
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Rocket League, and
Hell
I
yeah.
I I think I'm getting better. I I think
Maybe?
like maybe maybe like I'm hitting the ball in the air, like I'm feathering some boost,
That's good.
feels good, feels
Hell yeah.
good. I will say I was playing on my PS5, and like I did the craziest thing on accident. Like I went up to like the ball got popped off on a kickoff, and I like flew up to it and I thought I missed it, but like I flipped and like the back corner of my car somehow touched the ball, and so much so that it like teardropped into the enemy goal.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
That's
peak.
so
That
much fun when that happens.
that was peak, and I don't think I could do it again if I tried.
Yeah.
Where it
That's
starts.
honestly like the funny part is like doing stuff on accident. And I was like, yeah, like I don't think I can replicate that ever
Devin, I was
again.
thinking the same thing. That's exactly where it starts. You do that and like, wait a minute. I can do this. I just did it. So now I got to make it happen again.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then suddenly you're in practice mode and your life is gone. But hey, man, you got that Grand Champ 1 at some point.
Dude, no, man, I can't.
You haven't showered in 2
No,
weeks.
dude, I will not succumb.
You're out of PTO.
I
Mom,
won't.
get the piss bucket.
No, I won't succumb to practice mode, bro. I won't let it take me.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was as well. How
So
do I
let's go
break
with the
through this
airflow.
ceiling? Devin goes, okay, so here's practice mode. All right, we're done here.
Will not succumb to practice mode.
them unemployed zones, man.
I tell you what though, I do have moments where I'm like, man, I feel like practice mode could definitely help. And there were some of the things that Devin loaded me up with, some custom practice maps. They were pretty dope. Like
Yeah.
because
little
they were
mini games.
challenging. They were like little mini games. And they weren't just like, all right, the ball's gonna start here. You need to hit it here. It was like, hey, here's this long ass track. Get through each of these obstacles, and each obstacle got harder based on whatever metric you were trying to improve, whether it was feathering or go through these rings, fly through all of these rings. You have infinite boost, just fly. So it was learning you to control better while you were in the air. Not gonna lie, they were kind of fun. Like,
Okay, so I've only ever played like the default maps.
no, those are
I
trash.
didn't know you could do all that.
Yeah, those are kind of garbage, and
Hey, like,
actually,
John.
they're not exactly
Devin,
garbage.
Devin,
but-
you still got him? Is that still
Brother.
available?
So
Y'all
after
got
we're done
y'all got some of them
podcasting-
practice maps.
yeah, hey, look. After the podcast, I'll
Just-
show you
that was
something.
so
I'll tell you
funny,
something,
Nathan.
brother.
Dude, no, like, because if you can do like, stuff
So,
like that, that'd be
I-
really fun. 'Cause I remember doing stuff like that in Fortnite.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how it works on the Epic store because I have it on Steam, so I can use the Steam like custom workshop.
Yeah, that's true.
From what I understood, I think our boy Caleb, he figured out that there was like an add-on he had to get to be able to upload those maps in there, and you had to download them custom from like a particular site. But you could still
Linux
do it.
ISO.
So, but it was like it was like just an extra step. But you can absolutely still get the maps, from what I understand. So
That wouldn't count as a modded version of the game, though, would it? Would they flag you for that?
no, you
Probably
can get
not, yeah.
you can get
On
add-ons in
Steam.
that game.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as it's not like cheats, then you're
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
Man,
I feel like-
go ahead.
Oh, I just was going to say that I feel like Psionics would be of all of the people that make multiplayer games. Psionics would be the people like, okay, let's figure out how to detect whether or not this is actually cheating or just a mod for practicing, because
Yeah.
folks need to practice this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. The like most things are like in add-ons. There's like one add-on that's like an MMR.
Like a viewing.
Yes, so you can see everyone's MMR before like you're actually playing with them. So like before the match is over and you're like, oh, they're gold. You can actually see their number, and that's associated to the actual ranking. And so you can.
I wish they would just surface that. I mean,
yeah,
that
why did
feels
they
like
hide it?
yeah,
I don't
why
know.
not?
Why would you hide that?
Why
Like,
not?
it's cool that you're a gold 1, but I need to know that I'm the bottom of gold 1, you know, and this guy I'm about to play is just
Well-
about to be plat 1.
Well, and you
or
can
or
see,
gold
like,
2 or whatever it is.
The real help comes in whenever like you're playing. So when I played with my buddy, he was higher ranked than me, so I could tell who the like, because it match makes you with someone your skill level and someone his skill level most of the time when it can, and if not,
Yeah.
then it's typically like an average. But then you can see, oh, this is the guy who's high skill level, so when he touches the ball, I know how he's going to play versus how the other guy is going to play. Really, really helpful to know their actual MMR, because you like
And
it's difficult to predict what someone can do if you don't know what their rank is.
You got to know who to blow up.
That's right.
you gotta know who to kill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
know when to hold them and
I
know
know
when to
who to
fold them.
kill.
You know.
Yep. That's a strat.
So in Rocket League, there has been a new development in like
Whoa.
I've been playing with Caleb and his wife Taylor. They watched the Pro Rocket League. What is it called? RCL? I forget the name
RCS.
of like the RCS. Dude, they were watching RCS and his wife was like, "This is peak." And so she just plays it now. And like
Yeah.
so she's been playing Rocket League for the first time. And
Whoa.
it's hilarious because like we'll be in quads, like which is so chaotic.
Oh my
But
God. I can't even keep
there
track of
was-
what's going on.
There was a game where, and she's actually gotten she's gotten very good in a short amount of time. But there was a game where like the enemy team kept bumping her, and she just got fed up and started killing. Like she's
Rampage.
like she did not touch the ball the rest of the game because all she was doing was getting boost and killing the enemy team.
Vengeance.
Honestly, okay.
She had like 10 demos, dude. It was
Okay,
crazy.
okay, hold
She was just killing.
insane. I think that needs to happen with every person starting to play Rocket League. Here's the problem. This is not like a weird toot Devin. I don't get mad when I play games like that in a sense of like I'm gonna get revenge. Like I'm just gonna continue playing the game. Y'all be like, oh, what an idiot. But like I won't just like forsake everything just to go on a vengeance like wrath run. But when you do that, you build a skill of being able to demo, and demoing
Yes.
people is a mechanic skill.
It is-
And
yes.
I suck at it. I am so bad at it. I can't demo anyone to save my life, bro. So like, it's probably good to
No,
like,
dude, and it's I mean,
mechanic.
in quads, it's like, bro, she was like
Free game.
killing like 2 of them at a time. So it's like, then it's me, Caleb, and
It's so funny.
David
Did you
are
guys
like,
win?
we can just score. Yes, we won. We won like 4-0. Like, it was crazy. Like, because
I love it.
what could they do? You know, like
Yeah,
they were
right?
being
Just cry.
they were being
Literally getting
actively-
kneecapped.
actively hunted. Literally, like they weren't playing
The
Rocket League.
freaking predator is
Like,
after
dude,
them.
it was insane.
You are being hunted. Mm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
that's been a lot of fun.
I can just like
Playing
imagine
Rocket
just like
League.
someone raging out in the party
Just
and just being like,
killing,
everyone's gonna die.
just killing, dude. It was so funny. And
Hey, and you know what?
mm,
The highlight of that is that you won 4-0. That's a viable strat now.
dude, right? Just
Yep.
murder.
Just have a murder bot and have them like forget the ball. Just aim for the kneecaps. We'll take care of the
Right.
rest.
That's
Just
right.
Kill. Just kill.
Dang.
And other
That's
than
cool,
that,
man.
I've just been playing Overwatch. Been having
Oh,
some fun in that game.
are you still got it?
I can't lie, I do, right? But I can't lie. There are, dude.
You
There
still got
are
it, folks.
some
You heard it here
games,
first. John thinks he's amazing.
dude. There are some games where like, woof, you know,
Yeah.
like man. But I will say, like, I haven't. So like, the last time I played Overwatch competitively, it was nuts. Like I
Mm.
would at the time, I worked. My schedule used to be I worked Monday through Thursday. So my Thursdays consisted of me getting off work, working out, doing whatever. And I would at 9 p.m. start playing Overwatch until like 4 a.m. just queuing competitive.
Oh
And I
man.
did that for like probably like I don't know, maybe half a year, maybe a little more than that. This was maybe like
Golly.
this was in like 22 maybe. I want to say 2022. And I like pissed me off. I would solo queue support role, which is the hardest role to rank up in, but it is my best role. I peaked gold 1, almost hit plat, which pisses me off. And the reason I didn't get plat was because on the game that I was about to get plat, my power went out, and I got
Oh
DC'd from the game.
no.
Yeah, I still think about that sometimes.
That's so unfortunate, dude.
I still think about
I
that.
still think about that
That's
sometimes.
tough, buddy.
Piss me off,
Yeah,
bro.
I would
Piss me off.
I'm gonna think about it now
Dude,
because
like,
that's like I'm
dude,
getting secondhand cringe just
bro.
thinking like so I'd be
It was
so
like,
raged
dude,
mad.
it was like 2 a.m. It was like 2 a.m. I'm in, like, I'm playing. Like, my
You're locked
face is,
in.
is illuminated by the monitor and just
And that was that.
darkness. And that was it. That
I
was
hate
it.
it.
And I even got a penalty for it. I got banned for like I couldn't queue for like 30 minutes because
Oh,
I
that's even
because I
worse.
abandoned the game.
Insult to injury.
Ooh, it made me so mad.
You know what? They should be able. I feel like in that situation, they should be able to detect A, disconnected from game, B, disconnected from servers entirely. Like
No,
if
you're
those two
100%
events
right.
happen within 30 seconds and you don't come back, maybe give them a warning like, hey, was this a power outage? And then you can use it like twice.
I mean, okay, because this is the thing, right? Your malware anti-cheat is already running on my system.
Yeah.
You have kernel,
you know
have
what
kernel
goes
level
on.
access to my computer. You know that my power went out.
Yeah.
I know you know that. I know they do. Like, I know for a fact they know
They can't
that.
even lie to you and say that they don't because you know
dude,
they do
that
for
is
sure.
that is a log somewhere in Blizzard's data center or whatever the crap
Yep.
they got going on. That's a log somewhere.
That event is somewhere on a syslog server for sure.
100%. But yeah, that's been my rotation. Really, I want to start I want to start Witcher 3. I want to
Okay.
I really want to. I've been seeing it's been popping up on my timeline on Twitter, and like I've been having to like, oh my god, that's spoilers. You know what I mean? But like some of the like clips and stuff I've been seeing, I'm like, whoa, hey, this looks a little interesting. But I don't know like if I could.
You will
fully
have a
commit.
great time with it. 100%. You will love it.
How
I
many
can-
hours do you think it is? Full like would you say around
Okay.
60?
The way you play it, probably 60 to 80 because the side content is
Oh, that's
that good.
doable. That's doable.
It's doable. for sure.
Yeah, that's doable.
And it's one of those games that it's actually it has a mechanic that I think is really unique that I've never seen in any other RPG. And I feel like every RPG needs to have this going forward. When you load up the game, it plays for you a cutscene of the last few events, like a narrator's all,
Whoa.
Geralt was doing this, and in doing so, he discovered this, this, and this, and now his current mission is to do X, Y, and Z. So it's like, hey,
What?
we know you probably walked away for a week. Here's a catch up of what you were doing in the game, and then it drops you into the game.
Whoa.
So I mean, I always enjoyed the fact that I didn't have to come into it blind and be in some bog with like I've got some kind of thing equipped. Like I don't even know where I got this sword. Was I talking to somebody? Oh, why is this guy dead? I don't even know what happened. So it does a good job of at least catching you up with some of the main story beats, and even some of the side stuff will pop up. So yeah,
That's peak. No,
it is.
I
It's
feel like that should
legit,
be
dude.
like, whoa.
I mean, John, do you expect anything less from CD Projekt Red? Remember, the people who made Cyberpunk made that game.
Yeah, this is true.
Need I
This is
remind
true.
you, they are
Yeah.
their peak. They are a great studio. So
Dude, them and Rockstar, bro.
yeah,
League of their own.
of the AAA game studios, they're doing it right.
Yeah.
You know, I don't appreciate that Rockstar has slowed down its output so much. Like they've literally got all of their eggs in one basket, and I don't love that. Even though I know GTA 6 is gonna be huge, it's gonna be awesome. The story's gonna be great. You're gonna be able to steal cars and flip semi trucks and drive motorcycles and thread the needle and do all this stuff. But I mean, I want a Bully 2, or I want games like freaking State of Emergency. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but it's fucking bananas. But it's basically like, you know, a small arcadey type game where you're in a mall killing people that it's literally like a state of emergency and everybody's looting and shooting and killing. So you're just like, well, here I am. Let's loot, shoot, and kill.
Game. Yeah.
I was about to say, I think I remember watching a YouTube playthrough of that game.
It's something else. I rented it from Blockbuster one time.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I definitely played a little bit of it then, and I had a good time with it. It was a lot of fun. But I would love to see Splinter Studios come out of some of those larger companies. You know, make a Rock and Roll King Studios, a subsidiary of Rockstar or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And have them do something that is gameplay centric, because there's room for a 500-hour plus AAA game that you can just sink your teeth into forever. But there's also got to be room for games that are 15 hours long and 30 hours long, and you know, something a little less open world, maybe a hub based RPG. I don't know. Get interesting with it, because everything now is either a sprawling 150-hour main story RPG or a live service game, until you dig into the indies, of course.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I feel like that's probably next for Rockstar after GTA 6.
You think so?
I mean, yeah, I think they've realized that of specifically the GTA franchise, they can just eat off of that thing for decades. Like they've proven that they can. So I mean, I think after that, after GTA 6, I mean, I think it would be ridiculous to start GTA 7 production even 5 years out from GTA 6's release. Like,
well,
I mean, that would be a huge disservice, right? Like I think they go somewhere else. I think Cowboy Game, you know how they like random pivot here to Cowboy Game, like that'll probably feed into something else like a Bully 2, because from what I hear, that game is peak. So like,
dude,
I imagine
Bully is something else. It's wholly unique in their catalog. In fact, it's wholly unique as a game because it is an RPG type thing, but you play a bully at a prep academy in the UK. What? It's awesome. So,
Bro wants to shove some people around.
dude, for real. I need to steal some lunch money.
Can you give someone a whirly?
You know, I'm not 100% sure.
Maybe a noogie?
It's a swirly. No, noogies are what you give your nephew.
Yeah, dude, have you guys ever seen a live swirly?
No, I have not.
No,
I don't.
never.
I think it is a. I think it is a something that doesn't happen. I'm convinced of it. It's one of those things like, wouldn't it be crazy if? And then the rumor spread like wildfire throughout the United States school system, and everybody just says that they know somebody who got a swirly, but they don't really.
Dude, like, because I've never seen one happen live, and I'm just
Same.
curious because, like, think about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I don't think any human would allow that. I don't know.
I mean,
Like,
if you got a group of bullies and a smaller kid, what's the kid gonna
man,
do? He's gonna get poo hair. That's what's gonna happen.
He's gonna get. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
You know what? I probably, if I was getting bullied, I would probably pray for swirlies that were empty toilet swirlies. You know, just hope
Yeah,
for the clean the toilet water.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
You
go
want that-
home and take a shower.
you want that
It's
blue
fine.
cleaner still in there. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like,
yeah,
fresh
yeah.
toilet.
Yeah.
If I come out with blue hair, we're golden. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
silly. I'll chuckle with you guys.
Disinfection.
Just make sure there's no pee pee poo poo in there. I'm good to go.
That's right.
Yeah, I would really, man, that's such an interesting notion. I would love
Right,
to see
like-
Rockstar. Oh, we're still on swirlies? Keep
Oh,
going.
I do also like. I am kind of on swirlies here a little bit
Sick.
because it's so insane. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like, you know, like, think about like I put head toilet. You know what I mean? Like, from the like, I don't know.
I put head
like,
toilet. I love it.
It just seems so primitive. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, we can leave swirlies.
No, one more. Like, how do you would have to have multiple people to give somebody a
Yeah.
swirly, because you
Well,
can't just like shove somebody's
Yeah,
face
one
in there.
person-
You have
they're gonna
to-
hate you too much.
You have to lift them up in like
Right.
a downward angled fashion, at least 45 degrees or so, and then
Yeah.
slide them into the toilet so their hair, because that's the idea, is the hair is getting the swirly, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Otherwise, what's being swirled? Just the water.
right.
We want your hair to come out all like
Yep.
twirly. So
And even
yeah.
like, 'cause
that's
you
a 3-man
also
job.
then- of course, but then you also have to convince 2 other people to like, hey, let's swirly this guy.
Yeah.
You know what
It's
I
a
mean?
collaborative
Like,
effort too. You
the
got to
most-
you got to have 2 guys at least, one to hold up the feet, one to hold the body.
Bullies
gonna
are
be a
not this
smaller kid.
coordinated. You could never convince me, bro.
that's what I'm
No.
saying.
This is like
'cause
this
it's
is a
like,
high operative
you know what I
military
mean?
like
Right.
objective.
It's like, hey, let's swirly, Alan, or whatever. Like, okay, because I'm even trying to think, right? Like, I don't think I could convince you or Devin to swirly someone. You know what I mean?
It would
and
take
it's
a lot
like-
of coercion.
It would
Okay,
take-
wait. Bullies, I think bullies are way more coordinated than we're giving them credit for, because 9 times out of 10, the bully isn't just trying to, like, especially with friends, they're not just trying to bully a kid. That's really not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to laugh, and their misplaced target is this kid, regardless of how this kid feels, and it's a terrible thing. But what is funnier than upending a human being and shoving their head into a
Like-
toilet and flushing it? Like,
Get
come on.
rotated.
come on.
Oh,
In
Get
the bully's mind, they're like, this is going to be the funniest fucking thing
comedy.
we've ever done.
Dude,
We
I guess
have to
you're right,
figure
yeah.
out how to get it done. And
Geek.
by God, bullies know how to get stuff done when they want to get stuff done. I'm sure of it.
Because I mean, I'm trying to
Mm.
think of the skills. Because I mean, I'm assuming for this, we're thinking some middle school, maybe high school.
Middle
right,
school for
like,
sure. It's a
I
middle
think
school
middle
thing.
school, I think middle school.
Maybe
right,
even
like-
late primary to older, like, bigger
Sure.
5th graders, and that one asshole that was held back in
Yes.
the day.
But I
Yeah.
hope you grow out of giving swirlies at some point, right? I would hope.
You would hope. Yeah.
I would
I mean,
hope.
I would hope you would grow out of bullying at all. But if you're going to be a bully, swirlies are decidedly kid stuff, I think.
Dude, it's just like, I feel like, man, the logistics of it just don't add up. But like, I understand, like, doing that in a classroom setting would be pretty interesting to see, like, because you have to stalk this kid, right, to see when he goes to the bathroom or coerce him, right? So
Yeah.
it's like you're picking up skills of hunting and also like manipulation / bribery. I don't
So
know.
what you're getting at is that there's no flash mob swirlies, no spontaneous
I feel
swirly,
like
the
it'd be
double
crazy.
S.
I feel like it'd be crazy to do
All
it
premeditated swirly.
because, like, I mean, I feel like it has to be premeditated because again, you got to ask two people, "Hey, I need your help swirling this person." So it's like it
Yeah.
has to be,
Yeah.
unless it's just like you got two sheep, and two sheeple as like your goons.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
y'all
goons,
seen
get
it.
them! Swirly
Dude.
time.
That's absolutely. Hey, what about? I mean, you guys have seen Harry Potter. You've seen the way Draco talks to Crab and Goyle.
Crab and Goyle.
Crab and Goyle are perfect
you're
goons.
right.
He's like,
You're right.
Potter, come here. We're gonna give you a swirly, and then they all three get their wands and like bring, and then all of a sudden Potter's got his head inside of a toilet. Moaning
Yeah.
Myrtle's laughing at him on the corner there.
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you're right.
Man, I would hope there aren't any IRL Crab and Goyles. Think
They're
for
totally
yourself,
they're
kid.
they're
Think for
they're
yourself.
absolutely
everywhere. There's 100% at least
They're
that
still here as
configuration
adults, bro.
exists at every school. Period. At least in one configuration, I can all but guarantee it.
Bro, man.
How else do you get companions in video games? Come on.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Fair enough. Fair
Although, you know what I always appreciated, speaking of companions, have you guys y'all like Fallout New Vegas, correct?
enough. Yes.
You know what I really enjoyed about the Fallout New Vegas companions is that they had their own agenda, at least for a little bit. And then once you helped them and you like proved yourself, the one that comes to mind, of course, is the Boone. He's basically like, I love his story because his wife got kidnapped by the slavers, and he thinks somebody sold his wife into slavery and like coordinated with the slavers to get her, and he doesn't know who. So your goal in this mini quest is to figure out who did it, and you find out that it's the owner of the Novak Motel, and it's this older lady, this benevolent grandma type lady you meet and she runs the Novak Motel, and you find out that it was her. And so Boone is like, hey, whoever it is, and you can, God, this is the genius of these quests. He goes, whoever it is, at this time of night, I want you to send them out into the courtyard of the motel. I'm going to be up in this giant T-Rex mouth, and I'm going to snipe their ass. They're going down. So you can talk your way into getting Grandma Novak out into the courtyard. And she's just like, what did you need me out here for? Boom. And her head explodes. And then he's like, all right, cool. And then you can give him the note that is like the bill of sale for selling his wife. He's like, okay, cool. Well, that makes sense. Glad we took care of it. You want me to come along or and then you've got this badass sniper that follows you around for the rest of the game if you want him to. It's great.
And he just snipes.
Bro, he's a great companion. He takes people out. And I also like in those games, at least in the early Fallouts, your companions can't necessarily die. They'll pass out, but you can still have them, they'll wake up after a bit.
So speaking of Fallout, did you see that there was a tease of a New Vegas remaster?
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
actually, I pulled it up just because I wanted to make sure I wasn't bugging out here. But
big if true, man.
Iron Galaxy Studios,
dude. Iron Galaxy. Oh, I love Iron Galaxy.
Yeah, they not tweeted, but they put this on their LinkedIn page. I'm gonna send you a link here, Mr. Nathan.
Let's do it. Man, there's a guy that's associated with Iron Galaxy, and I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head. They do a lot of ports and smaller games, and they're not exactly a dumping ground for garbage games. Dave Lang, that's his name, Dave Lang. I've listened to him talk on a few podcasts, and I love his energy. If you guys have ever caught him on if you ever catch him on Giant Bomb, or I think he's got his own podcast called the GBF something. I don't know what the deal is, but his energy is through the roof, dude. He's such a cool person. What'd you send me? Did you send me on Discord there? Is that where you sent it?
Yeah, I dropped it over in our podcast channel.
Okay.
But I saw on Twitter that they posted this to their LinkedIn, and it caused a lot of buzz.
Please stand
On
by. Yeah, that looks like a Fallout thing. Let's
a lot of
see.
buzz, at the
Are
very
we
least.
thinking New Vegas? It does look yellowish, you know?
So that's the thing. Supposedly, there has been a lot of just hype about in the past couple of years or so, just rumblings about a OG Fallout game being remastered, the fan favorite being New Vegas. But Iron Galaxy posting this on their LinkedIn obviously caused a lot of like, whoa, you know, what are they doing over there?
Yeah. Here,
So
I'll show it to the viewers here. See this? Here we go.
at the very least, I thought it was worth sharing.
Yeah, 100%. This is going to be great. And if this is, I can't tell based on what this layout is because the coloring definitely looks yellowish, and I associate that specifically with New Vegas.
Yeah, same.
But if it doesn't have any of the like the markings on the circle areas in the upper left and right, quadrants, that would indicate a particular game. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see, unfortunately.
Yeah, but they knew what they were doing as far as like making an ambiguous, kind of like teasy post.
These posts too, the first one right off the bat. I cannot believe I learned about a Fallout New Vegas remaster through LinkedIn.
Dude, yeah, like I can't believe like LinkedIn. I've always thought of LinkedIn as like just bot filled. I don't know, just bot
Oh,
slop.
100%. Bot
But
slop
like,
and sales guy slop is what it
dude,
is.
but like I can't believe like there's like real people that like, hey, our company is doing X, Y, and Z. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have some sort of LinkedIn presence when you're a company and or like when you're in the corporate professional world, you have to have it has to be at least current with your info. Because if somebody were to contact you and be like, "Hey, bro, I would like to offer you $25,000 more than you're making," you kind of want to get that message.
Yeah.
So headhunters do live around LinkedIn, and it does behoove you to have a profile if you're in the corporate world like that. That said, man, one of my favorite Twitter accounts is just called LinkedIn Lunatics. And boy, it filled with people who have lost sight of their humanity entirely. It's kind of sad, but also I wonder how much of it is people just clowning on the fact that LinkedIn is a thing,
Yeah.
I'll see things like, I told him he could start on Tuesday. He didn't show up on Monday, so I fired him. You always try to do bigger and better than than what's asked of you. And it's like, is that a real person? Do people think that? Do people actually think that? It's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
For sure. I hope. I don't want to be part of any corporate world where that's like the norm. Oh, hey, we saw that you clocked out at 5:57. We're going to need you to stay 3 minutes late on Friday. Man, fuck you. My work's done. Eat shit.
I'm done.
Yeah, no, we're all done. It's Friday. Yep. In fact, we're all clocking out now. It's 4:15. We're just going to go to the bar. How about that?
All right. I have so I pinged my my buddy and I showed him the article, and he immediately was like, "It's already been refuted. This is not a Fallout." Yep.
No. I don't know.
And what can
refuted by whom?
Let's see. It's already been spelled, or they already dispelled the speculation on it. So I guess it was first party.
Well, hold on. I would like to know what they dispelled, because if they dispelled simply Fallout New Vegas, anything okay.
So
anything that shows please stand by. Come on.
Again for the next Fallout remasters is what he was saying. He said Iron Galaxy is a port house studio, typically not a remaster remake studio, as I understand it. It'll more likely be Virtuos again for the Fallout remasters. That's allegedly what he's saying here.
Well, be that as it may, new studios can do different things, and if they're simply porting it to something or whatever, I would imagine that they wouldn't just drop Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 3 even onto like a PS5 ecosystem without doing some sort of cleanup, right?
I would assume that they would do some cleanup for sure, like debugging
100%.
and whatnot. So
They'll have their work cut out for them. Am I right, Bethesda?
Good luck. Good luck.
Messy code. You know, that's part of the fun, I think, of Fallout 3 and New Vegas is like the jank. You have those moments where 3 rad scorpions spawn in, but one of them spawned in at like a 79-degree angle and it's like vibrating. And then all of a sudden it just launches into the sky. That's kind of fun. I like that.
When they slingshot away.
It's endearing. Speaking of slingshotting, that's actually one of the techniques that speedrunners for New Vegas use is to basically how do they do this? Basically, they use the zoom function on a specific gun that because they use it and then they save and reload, their speed and momentum is preserved through that. And so while they're traveling, they just basically save and reload and keep themselves going this breakneck speed throughout the entire deal, and then they stop and then they save and reload right before they hit the ground, so they get their they can just land softly on their feet. Watching Fallout New Vegas speedruns is bonkers.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's almost as fun as the Fallout 4 speedruns because they'll do fun stuff like they'll grab a bucket and then they'll squeeze the bucket in such a way against the geometry of the world so that your character falls out of the world. But Fallout 4 has a very interesting save mechanic, like a mechanic that what's it? I don't really know the technical term for it. I used to know this, but effectively, if you fall out of the world, instead of killing your character, what it does is it respawns you at a very specific location within the main area. And so what they'll do is they'll couple that with wrong warping, and some of the overlap of different worlds will drop you into different places if you wrong warp to the correct location, effectively tricking the game into warping you to the default location, but you're using the default location of the world you were at for an area you are now. And sometimes it behooves the player to do that. Yeah, it's totally awesome. I love watching speedrunners just completely. You think you know how to bend Cyberpunk to your will? People know how to bend these games to their will in like
how did they figure that out?
No idea, no clue. But it's just like the monkeys on a typewriter. One of them is eventually going to type Shakespeare, just pushing enough keys, right? And that's kind of what it is. So you throw the 20 people, even 20 people at a game as buggy as Fallout 3, New Vegas 4, whatever. One of them is going to do a thing and they'll have tools running in the background that'll capture their gameplay. And they're like, okay, let's see what happened to all of the variables here and what you were doing just before then. And that's how we figured out how to duplicate, knives in Oblivion to the 1,000th degree, and you can just spit out 400 melons for no reason.
That is insane to me.
Yeah. Whoa. You'll have to look it up for sure.
I want to see how that looks like.
Watching a person in New Vegas just kind of glide, and they're doing it really, really high up in the air because of the way that they initiate this travel mechanic. So they're literally just flying over like a bird over this map, and then they'll drop into boomer territory or whatever it is and get the quest done. Then they'll initiate it again and travel all the way back over. The beginning of the New Vegas speedrun is fun because they spend half of the speedrun unlocking locations, so then they can just fast travel around the map and get done what they need to. It's really clever.
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
Devin, I saw what you put in. That is so funny.
official statement, Nathan, was on their X. Nope, there was nothing to see here. Sorry to disturb the volcanoes, but that was just a BTS look at our company meeting. We use that slide every month and has nothing to do with anything Fallout being worked on. Yeah, they said,
All
pardon
right,
us,
well,
we retreat back into our vault.
that is a okay.
The replies under that tweet are so funny, by the way.
Yeah, dude,
They're so funny.
no denial in that statement of working on Fallout, though.
Oh man, people want it so bad.
Yeah,
People want
they
a
do.
remaster or
They
remake or
do.
something of 3 and or New Vegas.
Look
There
at
is-
one of the replies.
There is the word "there is"
I
and then
pasted one of
Fallout in
one
the
of the
post.
replies.
That's
It's
maddening
And like
almost.
the guy captioned that, guys, ...
Oh god, that's freaking funny, bro.
Well, get
No,
my
they-
hopes up and then dash them immediately.
Dude,
Everyone loves those types of
funny.
games. Like there's something about it. Like that's why I knew. Like as soon as I posted that to my buddy, I knew he would know about it already.
Of course.
Because yeah, and I was just
Oh.
like, I just dropped it with question marks to him, and he immediately
100%.
replies, and he was like, "It's been debunked."
You think
They
he
just
had that
found this.
emotional roller coaster too? Like
1,000%.
But
maybe
he's been on
in-
that
in,
roller
like-
coaster. This is the same guy who messages like probably once a month about the latest leak of like the Elder Scrolls 6 stuff, and it's like it's coming out. They're leaking this. It's going to be this date based on this video where if you watch this video, they leaked this like it.
Guys, if you
It's like-
download the screenshot
Yes,
and you
no.
you up the brightness, you can see a number 47 in the lower
No.
right-hand corner, which means April 7th. That's definitely when it's coming out.
Bro,
that kind of
it
sleuth
was,
work.
It was insane. It was like on a preview somewhere of some video that they released from their studio. It had like a reference to Skyrim, but in Skyrim, it showed the guy's health bar at like 11 out of 27 or something, and they're like, "That's November 27th. It's coming out November 2027 or something." And I
Those
don't know.
people are,
man.
I love their dedication. I admire it to the nth degree, but those people are batshit. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah, he is.
love
He
love
is.
can lead to delusion. Many
Yeah, that's-
such cases.
Oh,
Many
sad.
such
Many such cases.
Yeah, he's been let down so much. Poor
By the
guy.
way, real quick, just a quick pause. We gotta take a big shout out to our latest Twitch follower. Thank you so much, Throbbin Williams. Just the best name I had to mention.
Ah!
Thank you so
Robin.
much for the follow,
Throbbin
Throbbin Williams.
Bro out here,
Love it.
Robin.
That is
Yep.
so freaking funny, dude.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Great handle right there. By the way, that dates me, doesn't it? Using the word handle. What is it called these
Handle.
days? Username? You just say username. Yeah.
Username.
Handle is a very like
I don't
early
know.
90s thing.
Yeah, at is
Your
also
at is
another
like
one.
the more
Your at.
modern.
Thanks, kids. I appreciate you teaching me.
No problem. Anytime,
Us
old man.
olds need education every now and then. Otherwise, we'll not be as cracked as we used to be. Hey-o.
Cracked means something
Hey.
different now, brother.
Damn it. That's all right. I'll continue to use the terms incorrectly because it
Do
pisses
it.
my kids off.
No, that's good. It's good.
Yeah, I always like throwing some Gen Alpha slang around when the kids are about, because they'll be like, "Oh man," and I'm just like, "Well, skibbity toilet," and then I just leave, and they're like, "Wait a minute, you can't just do that." Like, yeah, you, I did. I skibbitied it.
Hey, a new one on the rise is Chud.
Chud. Well, yeah,
What?
I know what the chuds are. That's not on the
CHUD.
rise. That's actively being used, and I know what
I've
the
been hearing
chuds are.
that. I've been hearing Chud more and
That's
more.
usually dropped by people who, okay, in the video game realm, there's actual chuds, and then there's people who get called chuds because they have a legitimate opinion. This is a great segue to our next thing I want to talk about. By the way, the games I've been playing are Doom. I don't want to talk about it. I've been getting my ass kicked by this megawad called Simulacrum. Videos are going to go up at some point, probably months from now, because this thing is fucking killing me. It's the hardest thing I've ever played in my life. It's brutal. Anyway, that's what I've been playing. Not much else.
He said,
I've
"Bro,
just-
please don't make me talk about my
He's like,
experience."
"Hey,
Okay, real quick, I do want to pivot and just talk about it for just a quick second, though, because even though it's super duper hard, what's calling me to it is how beautiful the architecture is in these maps. They pick a color scheme, they pick textures that work with one another, and yeah, it might be super duper difficult, but it's beautiful to look at, and I have a great time playing them. There's a couple of guys that are Doom map makers. Shout outs to Moomy, a Finnish Doom level designer, and my olden guy named Alex Decker. Boy howdy, they put something special together if you want a challenge. But they did it in a loving sort of way, because even the opening level, it's drenched in blue. Just everything is blue with like this nice dark wood texture throughout all of the rest of it. So it's blue and wood, and it's almost neon like to look at. It's really pretty. So while I am banging my head against these levels, I got to the point where I was trying to do pistol start on each level, because they're sort of self-contained puzzle boxes, but they're so hard that I'm like, fuck it. I'm using saves. I'm using the weapons I carry over from the previous level. I'm using all the tools at my disposal to try and dispatch with these enemies, because I want to see all of the content and have a good time with it.
Right.
But I can't. I'm not that good, guys. I'm just not that good.
No,
man,
But anyway, Chuds. Let's talk about Chuds.
Chuds.
Let's talk about what the Chuds are pissed about right now. And some Chuds are pissed about it, and some people have a legitimate complaint. And I think I'm in the camp with the legitimate complainers. The word on the street is that the next God of War game will not be a Kratos game. It will be a Freya. It's not Freya. She has a name.
It's his second wife.
His second wife, who was like a back character that we already kind of knew something about from the first 5 games. And I don't know where I land on it, because I stopped giving a shit about God of War, because the two newest games, I played 1, 2, and 3 on the PlayStation 2, I think 2 or PlayStation 3 even. I can't remember which console it started on. And those are awesome, like character action, almost not exactly Devil May Cry, but they're action games. You know, they're not like over the shoulder Batman beat 'em up clones or what have yous. They are a very specific type of game. And I'm not saying that they have to keep making that type of game, but the departure didn't speak to me the same way that those original 3 did. So I was like, whatever. Have your fun. A lot of people seem to like it, but tell me I'm wrong when you say God of War, you think Kratos. Kratos is the guy.
That's the dude. That's the main
Who
guy.
gives a shit about his second wife? First off, she wasn't even the first wife. Second off, she's not Kratos. So what are we playing?
She's not even the first.
Shit. I just okay. Hear me out. Make that game. See how well it does. Because the fan base doesn't just love the God of War series. They love Kratos. He's like the draw for that game. They've explored his character. We've seen his story. We watch him move through these different environments and do different. We've watched him slay entire gods because he was pissed that he got tricked in the beginning. I run the risk of saying I want another God of War game with Kratos, but it might turn into Assassin's Creed. Who gives a shit? Assassin's Creed changed characters too, but Assassin's Creed was like, here are multiple assassins and they have a creed. The focus of the title was the creed itself, which could apply to any of the assassins. God of War's title is his title. What do we care about playing a game involving his second wife? I kind of agree with the Chuds, so to speak. I don't really give a shit about this new character. I want to see more Kratos, or call it something different. Easy as, right? But the trouble I have with it is that they don't want to call it something different and go out on a limb and make something new and interesting. They want to glom onto the namesake that is God of War. They're just riding the coattails of old Kratos. Yes?
Okay.
Or am I wrong?
Well, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I'm gonna devil's advocate a little bit. So
Sure.
how do you then expand on the series and build the universe larger in terms of like driving different storylines like in that universe, right? If you want to do that.
Don't worry, I have an answer for that. The first
Oh,
3 games focused
God.
solely on Kratos and him kicking ass. And then what'd they do? They dropped in his son. And they were like, by the way, you got a kid. Now we have Father Kratos, and Dad Kratos is doing, boy, come here. We have to chop the log. Boy. He calls him boy. Like there's a thing that they did with Kratos to evolve the story by just simply dropping in an important, pertinent character. Do the same with a different character. It's that easy. And maybe change up the gameplay a little bit. Done. You don't have to make it, oh, like, by the way, you're playing as his second wife. No one wants to do that. We just want to kick ass with Kratos. Who he has around him makes that story different, or it has the potential to do that. So look, I'm solving all kinds of problems today, guys. That'll be $150,000.
Yeah, you earned it.
Consultant fee. Well, I hear what you're saying. How do you expand that universe?
So I disagree. I personally am excited for this game. Here's why.
Okay.
So the newer God of War games are a completely different version of Kratos, right?
Yes.
Than what you see in the first 3. Part of the reason that there's that big of a shift is because his wife dies, right? And the story of the newer games is Kratos and Atreus spreading the ashes of his wife onto just wherever, spreading them in
all
her
of the
honor.
Norse.
Correct. Doing all of the Norse things that go alongside that. So like for me, right, I'm very interested to see who that person was. How does one become Kratos's wife?
Okay.
Going off of the same guy, right, that smashed Aphrodite to get some help from Hephaestus to, I don't know, murder the entire. How does somebody, right, take that person and soften him up to where he becomes a good father, right? And so the character of Kratos, the evolution that we see today with him in Atreus, is attributed to her, and now she's dead, and now he's having to raise his boy alone in this thought without wanting him to turn into what he was. Now, that's just story wise, because that's just how I am as a gamer. I love a good story, right?
Sure.
So that's just me. That adds a huge layer to Kratos's overall character, in my opinion. And again, that's just I'm more of a story guy. From what I read about it, it is going to be different from the newer God of War games in that it's going back into more of a heavy action based game instead of more of the narrative driven that we've gotten in these newer God of Wars. So that's going to be interesting to see that kind of style with a different character.
Okay, you're selling me on it. I'm hearing you, and I don't disagree with that argument. Actually, that's a great argument to make. The trouble that I had going into this is my guard's immediately up.
I agree with you with the name, though.
Yeah,
I agree with you that I don't think it should be called God of War.
Yeah,
I do think that is a very strong point, because you are right. They're using the God of War name to get this game over, right? When at the end of the day, they could advertise it as its own game,
a God of War adventure.
Correct, like a story
subtitle.
Right. So I do agree with that. I agree that it should have a different name, like, because she's not the God of War. She's a sister. She's the God of War's wife, but she's not the God of War.
So the thing that was irritating me was that how do I unpack this to say this without being that guy? The chuds that they complain about. Yeah. So the chuds that they complain about are saying, like, they're making these arguments, like, what the hell? God of War is about Kratos. We want to play as Kratos. No one cares about this wife character. They're making coherent arguments as to why they may not be that excited about this game. But all the developers and the people who are on their side of the argument here, we don't want to play as a woman. Nobody's saying that. I've seen there's a specific tweet that this one, I'm not gonna throw this account under the bus because that's rude, but it was basically like, oh, so you guys are mad because we have to play as a woman? It's 2026. Get over playing as a woman. Don't be afraid of women. And it's like, bro, nobody said that. What we said was, we love Kratos. Where is Kratos? Why are we playing as his second wife? We don't understand what you're even trying to do with this. And they interpret it immediately incorrectly. They hear what is being said, and then they immediately go to, you're a misogynist.
Yeah.
What? Now I am, because you said that. Now I don't want to play with any woman. Just kidding. We have Lara Croft. Just kidding. We have just kidding.
Yeah.
We have all kinds of Mortal Kombat characters that kick ass, and they're women characters. Samus Aran. There's so many women characters, and this straw man they keep propping up, like, oh, the chuds are afraid to play as women. No, we're not. We fucking love awesome women. Make a unique, original, awesome character that just so happens to be a woman. We'll play as that all day long. In fact, one of my top 5 games is a woman character driven game, and that is Control. Jessie is awesome. Jessie Faden kicks so much ass, and the fact that she's a girl is incidental completely to me. It never crossed my mind, like, oh, I don't want to. There's no way this woman could kick all these guys' ass. Yes, there is. Jessie Faden has these sick, awesome powers. So she is a peak character, and she has great development over the whole story. They treat her with the utmost care as a character, not just because she's a woman. She's literally going through this ordeal wherein her brother was captured and she's rescuing him. The woman is rescuing the guy in one of my top 5 games. Never even crossed my mind that would ever bother me, even a little bit. So the straw man that gets propped up on these types of games pisses me off every time I see it.
Dude,
like, y'all aren't hearing us.
I would argue that in and of itself is misogyny, because you assume that the immediate complaint is about the character being a woman.
100%. It's the soft bigotry of low expectations.
Yes, you brought it up.
Yeah, totally.
You brought it up.
You're the misogynist. You brought it up. That's so good. Oh my God, John, that's all the words I just said. All the words I just said. You just like packaged it so neatly here. You're the one who brought it up.
Yeah,
Knuckles,
dude, I was channeling my inner Knuckles, bro. My
you
feminist
got
Knuckles.
it, dude. Oh, I saw that clip you posted. That I can't believe that exists. That's so great.
Yo, bro, it's awesome.
Knuckles is based as hell.
Base, dude. Base Knuckles.
Throwing those fools under the bus immediately.
Dude, it made me laugh the way that all of the other like characters were like, you know, we're just like, whoa.
Where did that come from? Yeah, that's sick. Well, I guess we'll just have to see how the game is. You know, like, I'm willing to give any game a chance, like except for Dustborn. Dustborn looks like shit.
Right, they could still throw, right? So it's fine.
Who knows?
Right? You know,
it could be awesome, could be not.
Yeah. Like regardless of all of that, it could still just be. It could flop. You know, for all we
know. I'm not gonna lie though. I have more hope for that game than I do Elder Scrolls 6. You know, and this is. Let me be clear. This is not a dig again at Skyrim at all. We're over that joke.
Yeah, half
joke. What I'm getting at is that with a company doing something, I guess the word is just different, something completely different with the series, that has more weight to it, more gravitas that I can grab onto than, oh, we're making an Elder Scrolls 6. You guys know what to expect. And a lot of people are like, yeah, we saw Starfield. We know what to expect now. We're not hopeful. We're extra not hopeful, in fact. And man, you know what, Devin? Maybe we should get our resident a Skyrim expert on here. I would love to hear what an Elder Scrolls fan has to say about the expectations of Elder Scrolls 6. Man, if you guys have a way to get a hold of who's our Elder Scrolls expert that jumps on the show every now and then, or at least in the audience. Devin, who is it? You've got a buddy.
Yeah. His name is River. Yeah,
River. There we
we'll
go.
I
It's
can
a
get him in
great
here.
name.
Yeah.
River.
Yep. For
Whoa,
sure. 100%. He belongs in Skyrim. His
bro
name
got a
is
cool
River.
name.
He's an
Yeah.
elf for
That's
sure.
right.
That's an elf name, I think.
Does he have a cool middle name? Or
No,
is his middle name like normal? Is it like
no, his
Paul?
middle name is very normal.
Was it like Richard? River Richard?
I'm trying to I'm trying to remember it specific.
Yeah, just
I know
leak his full government
it's
right
very
now, bro.
it's very normal. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Hey,
but
what's
it's
his social
very
security number? Do you have a social security number too?
normal. I do. It's actually
Shit. We're not here to dox people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
we won't dox.
I guess we'll just
I'm
have to
sure
see
he would
how it
love to do
goes,
that.
and you know, God of War notwithstanding, maybe Goddess of War will be cool. And you know what? It actually gives me hope that you said that they're kind of centering back on balls to the wall action, because
Yeah.
that dude, have you guys ever played God of War 1, 2, and 3 on?
I played God of War 3. Crazy.
I played no
Like,
God of War.
dude, the God of War 3 onboarding was nuts.
It's
It's
peak.
like to spawn into that was insane.
It's peak. There's some
So-
awesome sequences in the original God of War 2 where like you're playing as Kratos and you're kicking all this ass, but I remember distinctly this one fight. I think you're about to fight Mars or Ares, whatever that character's name is. It's a giant god. So like you're running on this cliffside, and as you're running, the camera starts zooming out and zooming out and zooming out, and all of a sudden Kratos is like this big on the screen, and he's just running, and you see this huge god behind you. You're like, oh boy, we're about to go throw down with this thing. And the camera work in the original God of War games was excellent. And if I'm not mistaken, they did the same type of thing that sort of that Dead Space was going for, where they didn't do any loading screens in Dead Space. That was one of the goals. One of their goals in God of War was to have a fully seamless, no cut camera. So it's all one thing. The camera stays. It doesn't ever cut or do cut scenes. It literally is just camera work of something moving in and out of this space at all times. No loading screens where they can help it. And it's all one continuous camera shot, which makes that game a little exhausting. I'm not going to lie. But it was action packed to the max. That's a good sentence right there. Devin, you were going to say something.
Okay, I've never played a God of War game. If I want to play a God of War game or start, where do you start? Do you start
That's
at the
a
beginning?
great question.
I think you play 3.
Yeah, 3's probably a
Why?
great. Just it's
Start
sort of
3 and
like
then
if I
push
were to
forward.
tell somebody to play a Dark Souls game, start at 3 because it's the most polished. Go back to 2 if you liked that, and then you can probably deal with some of the things, and then go back to 1 if you really hate yourself.
Yeah, because I think I mean part of the you see Kratos' arc throughout all the game, but I think God of War 3 like kind of perfectly summarizes who Kratos is. Like like it's when he's at his most like Kratos. Like God of War 3 is peak Kratos.
Got it.
Agreed. Devin, I'll send you a link on. I'm not going to shout out what the link's for, lest the RIAA of
the Linux
video
ISO.
games. It's just a Linux ISO. I'm going to send you a Linux ISO, bro.
Thanks.
But yeah, so you should definitely play that one. And then, have you played?
I don't think it's
the
not
reboot?
long either, right? I don't think I don't remember God of War 3 being that long.
10, 12 hours, something like that.
You just hack and slash, kind of get in and out.
Do you like Devil May Cry? You ever play any of those?
Loved Devil May Cry.
Oh yeah, you'll like 3.
You'll love God of War then.
It was good.
It's excellent. Always have a good time playing those. Yeah, so that was the big shakeup that I saw on Twitter this past couple of days. Everybody's been talking about that.
Ooh, did you guys see so I don't know if you guys knew, but Xbox did get a new CEO recently.
Oh! I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yes.
I do want to talk about that.
Yes. No, I'll segue you in.
Go for it.
The CEO, she started, I forgot her name. Sorry, I don't pay attention to corpse. But
she's a suit.
Suit all the way. But
Asha Sharma.
Yes. Okay, there it is. So she starts, and then not even a month in, drops the this just teaser for the new Xbox project. Project Helix. And the new generation Xbox console, to my understanding, is from what I've seen, it's going to be a console hybrid that can play both PC games and console games.
Okay, so they saw what Steam was doing, and then they were like, "Hey, we gotta do a thing."
Yep.
Man, okay.
Interesting, huh?
Somebody said something that I thought was asinine, and I want to know if I need a temperature check. Somebody said, "Well, I'll preface this a little bit with some backstory on old Asha Sharma here." Somebody said, "Oh, her gamer accounts are only a month old. She doesn't actually play video games." To which somebody else replied, "You don't need to play video games to run a video game studio." And I thought, that is the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my life, because the hugest complaints that we get from and about these AAA game studios is that they don't get it. They don't get what makes the game good. They're like, "Oh, we need more QuickTime events. We need more cutscenes. We need more story." Not really. You need something that plays and feels good. And a game persons who have played video games, man or woman, will understand that the feeling of the controller in executing something really well, one way or the other, the gameplay is what matters. And if you don't have that background, if you don't understand what makes a good hamburger, you probably shouldn't be a burger chef, right?
Right.
And that is not to say that I expect Asha to be making the video games, but the decisions you make to greenlight what games go where and what the overall direction of your video game company should be, don't you kind of have to have a background in video games for that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like it's in every aspect, every single aspect. Like you have to know.
You have to know
Surely,
what makes
right?
good food to run a good
Surely.
restaurant. You know, you
Surely.
can do paperwork all day long and hire the right chefs, but if you don't know what makes good food, how are you going to know what kind of chefs to hire? How are you going to know what your product tastes like at the end of the day and whether or not that's a good product?
Right. Like, I mean, bro, it's like you guys saw the McDonald's CEO eat a McDonald's burger.
I was just thinking that because I used the word product.
Right. And he called it product, right? And it's like,
Yes.
especially how you're talking about, like, that guy does not cook. Like, you know, not to be that guy to
I'm pretty
assume,
sure he eats kale.
but
Look at him.
he
That's all
no,
he eats is
it
kale.
looks like he eats like packaged kibble that is exactly like what he needs to just.
These are my nutrients for today.
Yes, that's what. And that guy, in that same token, I wouldn't want him running a video game company, right? I
Yep.
mean, it's just it goes back right where I feel like we're just in the same boat as like we were with the previous CEO. I mean, I will never forget the quote of gamers think that what will save Xbox is good games. They just don't understand. So I mean,
everything to
what are you
them
gonna
is
do?
just numbers on a chart. It's not an actual fun game, you know?
Yeah,
They don't know what actually makes gamers tick because
a
they're not
product.
in the club. It's
It's a
just a
product.
product. It's just a product to them. And
Product.
when it goes from being a delicious hamburger to a product, that's why the original McDonald's looked a specific way and did specific things, and then the McDonald's of today is not anywhere near that. You know, don't get me wrong, I love a double cheeseburger from McDonald's, but I know what the fuck to expect, and it's not a delicious cheeseburger. It's a product.
It's a product.
Mm.
It's
I
a
have such
product.
huge problems with the defense of somebody who, for all intents and purposes, from my perspective, doesn't know what they're talking about. They might know what they're talking about in terms of business and running a business. You know, they might have an MBA and that stuff. Great. I don't care.
I think that's valuable. I think that's
Yes.
100%
Yes.
valuable in
But
a video game company.
if you're going to run a video game company, especially one of such magnitude, you better know what the fuck what product you're putting out there. You better know what makes that product great. If you can't tell me why the original Halo Combat Evolved is great, if you're just saying, oh, it's great because gamers like Master Chief and it sold a bunch of copies, you don't get it. You do not have your finger on the pulse of video games the way the people who love Halo have their fingers on that pulse. They are the pulse. What they say about Halo, is not that.
You guys are talking this whole time, and I'm just trying to think of how I can play devil's advocate.
No, you know what's crazy? I knew it. I know you were, Devin. I saw it on your face the whole time. The whole time. I saw your little smile from underneath those shades. I saw it.
Yeah, but I'm sitting here thinking like, wow, how I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. You guys, I can't think of a good devil's advocate position.
It's because our argument is pretty solid, I think.
It falls
on
apart
this.
really, really fast anytime I try to bring, like, anytime I was trying to craft like another side, like it falls apart so quickly. You can't, it just breaks so fast. It breaks so fast. I think you guys have reiterated it several times, but it's kind of to bring it into a wheelhouse that I know we personally understand really, really well. Maybe this won't resonate with everyone, that watches, but it's like business owners who know nothing about IT having to completely trust an IT management company to run their IT. You can get by. You can get by. But when you understand nothing as a stakeholder of an organization in IT, and you have to fully trust, what happens? You get taken advantage of. You get sold. You get put on the defensive, and then you never do things that are actually beneficial for your organization, right? Mm-hmm. Because you don't understand what needs to really be done. It's the same thing. If you don't understand that sector of the business, and in their case, it's what they're selling, right? It's like the main thing.
The thing.
Imagine running an IT company and not understanding IT. It wouldn't go very well. So you can't run an organization like a game development company or gaming company or whatever to the best of its ability if you just don't understand the product that you're selling. It falls apart so fast. I don't care if you're the CEO and you could find good talent. How can you verify they're good talent and understand it if you don't have a basic understanding of it? If you can't validate, because there's a hierarchical of like a hierarchy of how much you need to understand of it, because you just need an understanding enough to be able to get to the next person who understands things that doesn't need the super technical, but they need some surface level, and then the ability to manage those who are a little more technical, and then a little more technical, and then a little, right? And you go down until you're not in leadership, but you're at the really technical level, right? And the higher you go up the chain, the more leadership abilities you need and the less technical abilities you need. But you still need the understanding slowly. It's like a little scale of like the technical ability to, right? And the same thing with gaming, right? It's like you would need less and less and less the higher you get. But like, if you don't play games, like, hey, I don't play games at all. I don't understand games. I understand technology, maybe kind of because I did AI, but like, if you don't understand or have never used that product before,
dude, like, how do you know?
Talk to me, bro.
Yeah, like, is she using an Xbox? Is she like?
We're being meant to believe that with her quote unquote gamer accounts that have
gaming.
Doubtful, mega doubtful. See, I can solve their problems very easily. All you have to do. I mean, literally, all you have to do.
Consultant. Let's go, consultant Nathan.
Yep. Yes. All you got to do is hang out for a little while on Twitter, and not just yourself. You need to take somebody within your team that has clocked that many hours on both old games and new games, and you need to have them filter what you're seeing on Twitter or Reddit or wherever. And this opinion here. Why did this person feel the need to write 8 paragraphs on Reddit about what we're doing wrong? and is their argument valid? Tell me why their argument is valid or invalid. Get somebody who does know what they're talking about to filter that into the CEO and explain to them the graphics don't actually matter all that much. The whether or not the character is a man or a woman doesn't actually matter that much. The fact that it's a live service game is probably detrimental to you at this time because of the saturation of the market. They should at least be able to understand market saturation, right? How many fucking live service games do we have? Did y'all see what happened with High Guard? They're going offline on March 12th. High Guard is Concord 2.0 because they get themselves in this little echo chamber, and I don't know how this happens. I need to know how this happens. They make this game that for all intents and purposes plays okay, good enough. It feels okay. And in all of their play tests and all of the people they talked to, every one of them was like, this is going to be a massive hit. Everyone championed it. Their managers were like, guys, get ready to make money. Get ready for this game to be off the rails, super popular. And then what happened? It got released into the wild, and the people who actually play the games went, no, this is trash. We don't want any of this.
Yeah.
They're all trying to copy Overwatch.
I think there's a lot of that. They're either trying to copy Overwatch or they're trying to copy Fortnite. And I think the CEOs are blinded by not just the fact that those two games had a massive success, but because those games had a massive success, that's all they can think about now is how do I make $1.5 billion with a video game? Brother, you might not be able to right away.
Yeah.
You might need to just chill out and make a 15-hour third-person adventure game for a little bit.
Dude, I wish it was like viable in this day and age for like gaming studios to just like shoot from the hip. You know what I mean?
Oh,
when
yeah.
they like make stuff. Like it would be so cool of like, hey, random game, let's see how it does, right? Just throw stuff at the wall, right?
That would be
Obviously,
smart.
It'd be cool, right? But it's like, of course, you're not going to get a board to agree to that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate, but it would be cool to see that because I think there is a lot of saturation. I agree with your point.
What's up, Apollo Attorney? We see you there. Thoughts on Marathon? So Marathon had some hiccups coming up, right? They were they were accused.
Man,
they were
dude.
accused a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken, of illegally using other people's artwork in their game.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
that
there was this might have been a fluke, but it happened more than once. And I think not Marathon itself, but Bungie.
I do remember that. Bungie, I believe, actually did do that.
Definitely happened on Marathon wherein an artist, and I'm not throwing Bungie under the bus, an artist was accused of using another person's artwork who had just posted some stuff to the internet. And this other person was like, hey, man, well, what the fuck are you doing using my artwork? And it became a big debacle. And I'm certain that person was either let go or put on bug testing duty. But I don't know, man. It feels like Marathon. What was Marathon originally supposed to be? Was it supposed to be a looter shooter, or did they just pivot and now they're trying to copy Arc Raiders? Is that what's going on?
I truthfully don't know because to my understanding, the original Marathon that came out was more of like a boomer shooter kind of game, is my understanding. I
thought
know.
Marathon turned into Halo. I thought that was
that's what it was. I'm so sorry. Yes, it was that kind of game. It was like a Halo kind of game, which makes sense. But I don't know what the plan was for the Marathon reboot. Like truthfully, like you'd catch me lying if I said it was supposed to be an extraction shooter or if it was supposed to be something else. I truthfully don't know.
I think that's our problem that we have on the table here with Marathon. I think I keep my ear to the ground pretty good on video games. And if I can't tell you what your game is about, you didn't market it good enough. I think part of the issue that I'm having with Marathon is what even is it supposed? I get it. PvPvE. Sure. Translates very easily in my head, but I can't tell you anything else about it. It looks generic. It looks fine. But at the end of the day, I haven't seen enough marketing about it, and it's out now. I can buy it on Steam right now. But what for? What have you been trying to sell me? Nothing that I've ever seen. But maybe I don't have my head in the right sphere of video. Maybe video games are too big now that I can't keep tabs on everything. So it might be a me problem. I'm willing to admit that.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played it, but I had my group chat of some friends, buddy. They tore Marathon up. Let me just read one of the quotes that they sent my way with this. Give me just a second. Marathon. Wait. That's not the one. Dude, they sent so many insults. It's kind of insane. Well, Marathon is green eggs and ham. Okay. That's one of the statements made.
This looks like a 2003 video game. 06. Somewhere in there. This looks awful to me. You know what? Actually, you know what I'm looking at right now looks like placeholder artwork. Holy shit, guys. It looks like placeholder artwork.
Yeah, so one of my friends was saying that he did some looking and there was a lot of AI generated art and stuff in there that they were extremely unhappy with. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It looks like untextured.
Game looks like neon vomit and has a bunch of noise pollution in it. That was one. Man, these are rude. Like some of these I can't even say. Like they were being so mean.
Can't repeat it.
Yeah, like I can't say on stream.
We say awful things here, but man, that's
like
too far for us, huh?
Yeah, no, these guys were
demonetized.
We're not monetized right now. Who cares?
Yeah. Woof.
Also, we're open to being monetized. YouTube.
Yeah, if you want to, maybe.
If you want to. Yeah, no, I based on what I'm seeing here, I wish I could. You know what? Maybe I can.
So I will say I have played Marathon.
Okay,
like
the original.
I played the alpha, the beta or the open access. Sorry, early access. I did play it a bit, and honestly, I played Destiny very heavily. It's built on the Destiny engine, so gameplay wise for me, it just feels like playing Destiny. Being real, like even like the positioning of stuff in like the UI is very like, yeah, this feels like Destiny. So like me personally, I like the vibe of Marathon. I personally like the aesthetic. Like the reason that everything looks the way it does is because everything is 3D printed by like in-game sentient silkworms. So everything does look like that intentionally. My only really problem that I have with Marathon is not necessarily about just the game itself, more so about it being Bungie that made this game. Just because like I'm trying to think, right, if you're Bungie, like what a pivot, you know? Like from what a pivot to, hey, we're making an extraction shooter. Like I don't know, that feels very like non-Bungie to me. Not what I would expect from Bungie. And I'm not sure, because the one thing that Bungie is known for, they can't deliver on anymore. So it's like,
because Bungie Bungie of yesteryear is not the Bungie of today.
Is gone, right? So it's like for me, it's more so like from looking at Bungie, I'm like, you really thought that like this is what would bring you back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but like if you're looking for you've closed off Destiny 2, nightmare that it was, right? Now you're looking for something new to revamp your studio. And this is what you could come up with. And it's unfortunate because I mentioned this to Caleb, but I feel like Marathon has been set up to fail from the very beginning, because I unfortunately don't think that Bungie could put out any good game, any game, right, that from just off rip is going to be at all expectant to be good.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, like I don't think anybody thinks that Bungie's going to make a hit anymore.
No, I think I agree with you on that. And I feel like the way Marathon is going, they're doing two things that are not good to do if you don't do them right. One, they're jumping onto this whatever's in the zeitgeist, which is extraction shooter, because Arc Raiders is doing really well. And it may very well be that they've been working on an extraction shooter for 3 years, but from where I'm sitting, I don't care. What I'm seeing is that what's popular now, coupled with, oh, we didn't know what else to do, so we ran back to our very first property to try and beat that dead horse. So you've got two dead horses that are being beaten at the same time to try and make a nice mount out of it, and I don't think you can do that with two dead horses.
Yeah, like
Yeah?
it's unfortunate because I think Marathon by any other developer, because I don't think it should be an extraction shooter. Like the lore is really interesting. Like the lore is fascinating. All of the bodies that you see, like they're 3D printed, essentially husks that human consciousness are put into. It's dystopian, right? What you have essentially are these runners that are looking for looting, on this planet, and they're trying to figure out why the ship called the Marathon crash landed on this planet. And
Huh.
there's these sentient silkworms, these sentient moss. I don't remember that part of the lore quite well, how they come into play, but essentially they're the ones that create your weapons. They create your body that you're in, and that's actually an uploaded consciousness that you see. Anytime one of these runners dies, they just get copy pasted back into their runner, and you see these the cutscenes for it is really peak. Can't lie. But in one of the cutscenes is explaining the lore. You see these runners are like put in these almost like Blade Runner esque tests where they have to see if they remember who they were outside of that 3D printed that their shell that they're in. So like it's really fascinating because you see some of them like they'll show them a picture of like a kid. It's like, and it'll be like, do you know who this child is? And they're like, like not really or whatever. And it's like, that's you. And you see all of these runners have a moment of like, whoa, like, what do you mean this is me kind of thing. So it's like, I feel like that right there is because I'm a story guy. You guys know this.
Yep.
That makes for a great story. That makes for something that I would be invested in checking out as just a story. But in the medium of an extraction shooter by
How do you
Bungie,
pull that off?
I don't want. Yeah, how do you do that? Like, how can you do that? That's why I personally I can't prove it. I don't think Marathon was supposed to be an extraction shooter from the very beginning. I truthfully don't think so. And
I
it
would
makes it
I
makes
would
me
hear
mad.
that. I hear
And
that argument.
what makes me mad is because they always do this. They like don't commit. I promise you, if Marathon had released as like how Marathon was, like that kind of Doom-esque, or excuse me, not I don't know why I keep saying Doom, that kind of
Because it's
Halo-esque,
awesome.
because it's awesome. If they had made this game like a Halo-esque type game, there's what game is out like that right now?
The vacuum is open.
The vacuum, it was right there. They could have released the same kind of game with this same lore, whatever, right, in that medium, and I promise you, it would have been much more successful than this package in an extraction shooter.
Gamers are already fatigued with all of these live service games. The name of the game isn't put out a product and hope it does well. It's put out a product and hope it does well forever. And it's got to stop. We're you can only play so many of those types of games before you're like, okay, another one of these. I don't have time for that.
It's the trend. So like it's the same thing. So we had several years ago, we had the survival crafts that were just absolutely just wrecking the market. Like
Everywhere.
they were doing numbers, and it started from Valheim or maybe even a little bit before that. But like these massive titles that we now know in the survival craft area, they popped off, and then we pivoted, and then we have what we like to call friend slop now, and those took
Friend
over, and everyone wanted the friend slop games, right? Like, so we just saw a massive amount of those in the market, and now extraction shooters are starting to. I mean, we had some battle royale moments in there right before the
Oh yeah, the Fortnites and the
yes,
PUBG
that
world.
was, and so the trend right now is the extraction shooters. Like, these businesses are seeing extraction shooters and going, whoa, that's where money is, right? Because that's what the market is excited about. So they're trying to bum off the excitement of a title like Arc Raiders and going, oh wow, we could just do it because it's like an energized market. We know people will buy the game because they'll at least want to try out the new extraction shooter, in the same way that everyone bought every single survival craft game, and I had to play like 60 different games that were exactly the same, just skinned differently, because everyone wanted to try it, right? And it's like, we played it for 4 days, we put it down, we never picked it back up because it was the same damn game as the one that we played last week, and and the one prior to that, and and it just kept continuing. It's that trend. That's why the big companies do it. That's why I could totally see them going, wow, we have this game, the base game, let's just pivot, let's edit the way the map is, instead of making it or like, let's rebuild this map, keep all the base functions, mechanics of the game, build a new map that's extraction shooter friendly.
100%. I could totally see that.
Yeah, look at, like, bro, I mean, I'm telling you, like, they should have just made this a Halo, like, bro. I don't know.
I agree with you 100%, John, for sure. Based on what you said around the story, that type of game, people are asking for that right now.
Yes.
And nothing is filling that vacuum right now, and it's really frustrating to watch.
Right there.
I don't necessarily personally, on my where I am at playing games, don't necessarily need that, but what I'm hearing is that there's a giant group of people asking for that type of game, and it's extremely frustrating to watch a studio with that amount of resources literally drop the ball and just not do that for whatever reason, because it doesn't make $2 billion over the course of 5 years or whatever.
And we've talked about this before, but like, I crave like the experience that I had playing Halo on the couch with my brother and my cousin and my friends, and going through the campaign, right? In this local co-op campaign. I crave a modern version of that experience, which would be, I'm in Discord with my friends with my webcam on, and we're all playing in this online co-op game where it's 4 of us, and we're going through a campaign story of this badass universe with this deep lore and this memorable experience of each of the different levels and sectors of the map that we can rejoin each night and continue that campaign on and play through that game, rather than, hey, let's go rinse repeat the same fucking extraction shooter every single night. And yeah, it creates fun moments and clips, and like, it's exciting, and like, it has its place, but like, we can't just continue to produce the same stuff. Like, there is a place for this genre that has gone missing, which in my opinion is the co-op, like, campaign
co-op
games.
Halo shooter, bro. That's not
co-op
existent
campaigns,
now.
bro.
Yes.
Co-op campaign games are missing.
They're not around. Like, and it makes me mad, because it's like, bro, if when your back's against the wall, right, you go back to the thing that you know works. You go back to what got you there. What got Bungie there was that kind of game. You take the Halo story out of it, just that kind of game got them where they are. I just can't believe that they would pivot this way instead of going back to the very thing that put them on the map. Because imagine how different this conversation would be if the things were, Bungie somehow cooks in 2026. You know, like, imagine, because I truly believe this game Marathon had the story behind it to do that, had the characters behind it to do that, had the lore behind it to do that. Literally just fumbled the bag on the delivery and the medium of which it's presented. And that upsets me, because it's like, there's people that were excited for Marathon, because even it coming up, there was really no news about what kind of game it was going to be. Like, at least if there was, I completely missed it. But to my knowledge, like it being an extraction shooter, I had no idea. Like there were people that were excited, right, to see like, man, like what's Bungie gonna do here post Destiny? And I don't know, I'm disappointed because like, dang, like can they do anything right at this point?
I got a formula that they could follow that would put them back on the map.
Consultant Nathan is back.
Consultant Nathan.
Consultant Nathan is here. If they
Earning money.
made a Halo type co-op shooter with a 20-hour campaign, nay, 3 20-hour campaigns that when you play it through it again is different somehow, and a third time is different somehow, totaling up 60 hours of co-op play.
New Game Plus.
And yeah, a new game plus, if you will. And they only charged $30 for it. That game would sell gangbusters.
Right.
Yep.
And then imagine a game like that, you add multiplayer to it.
Yep, done. There you go. Just stick a bunch of maps in it. Hey, we went through this campaign. That's a legitimately good campaign. It was the sole focus of the reason why we made this game was to make a local co-op game. And we also have some awesome, every man for himself multiplayer built into it. Quake style, if you will. Unreal Tournament.
Team
Bro.
Deathmatch.
Like it was right there, dude. Like, man.
But the potential dollar signs strayed them from the path.
Dude, like I genuinely wonder, because I mean, unfortunately, right, like when I played Marathon, I had fun playing it. Reminded me
Sure.
of Destiny. I had fun. So it's like, man, I wonder what is next for Bungie. Where do they go from here?
Where do they go? I don't know.
Mm.
But I think somebody's going to figure it out at some point. And
I hope so.
that company is going to make a lot of money. And honestly, with as much of the vacuum keeps being not filled, when somebody does it, it's going to hit all the harder. The longer we go without a thing that everybody's asking for in that space, the first company to do it and do it right is going to be like king of the world for a little bit.
Goated, yeah.
They're going to kick off the first company to do that correctly is going to not just sell like gangbusters. They're going to, I'm predicting a renaissance of those games because they filled the vacuum and everybody spent all their money on it. And they're going to make a boatload of money. And then all the suits are going to go, well, why didn't we do that? And we're all going to be going, yeah, why didn't you do that? We've been asking for it forever.
They're going to overwhelm us with all the same stuff that they're doing now with that same genre. And it's like,
so in a decade when Umbrella Fight is meeting for the 537th episode,
like, guys, stop making online co-op campaign games.
We've had enough co-op games. Can we get an extraction shooter in here once? That's just the cycle of games. And you know what? What I was going to say earlier is that I don't think this is a symptom of ignorance or money chasing necessarily. What I think it is a what we're talking about when we're talking about games repeating over and over the same crap over and over. Yeah, they are chasing dollar signs, and yeah, it is popularity. But what is that born of? I think it's actually born of the size of the popularity of video games. And what I mean by that, my evidence for this is in the AAA space, we saw a ton of right now extraction shooters. We saw a ton of open world RPGs for a little while. We saw a ton of battle royales for a little while. If games were not as popular as they were, there wouldn't be that high of a dollar sign, a dollar count to be made, because you can also see this in the indie space. Take a look at Hollow Knight. When Hollow Knight came out, oh boy, you want a Metroidvania?
Renaissance.
Don't worry, everyone's making one. And even now, right now, when Silksong came out, I don't know what happened, but everyone's making a Metroidvania. This is in no way to diminish the quality of those games, because at the indie level, I feel like those people who are making them are really putting out passion projects because they are in the indie space, really. And they're just, they're like our friend Eric, he's doing Lucid. Excellent
Eric.
game. But Lucid is competing in a sea of already existing and great Metroidvanias. Take a look at Constance. You guys probably don't even know what Constance is, but it's awesome. I could tell you that. But how many people are gonna see it and play it? It's wading through a sea of games like that, and you see it in the indie space, tons of Metroidvanias, but now we're seeing it in the AAA space. It just so happens that it's very, very popular, those types of games. So really, is it a question of the unwillingness of the companies to do something different, or is it a question of size of popularity, and that is what's actually driving the zeitgeist? And we see a multitude of companies. Am I making sense? Am I kind of repeating myself? I don't want to be spitting my tires.
You're good. You're making sense. Yes.
Yeah. It's because there are so many companies that we see so many of these, because the zeitgeist can be moved in that fashion because of the size of the audience of video games.
Yeah, like this is a good problem to have.
I think we're complaining about a good problem, but it is a problem.
Oh, dang. We have so many options. Oh, no.
Well, in a space where you're playing games with your friends or needing to matchmake with people, that actually is a problem. Options are a problem in that space. Take a look at Highguard. Highguard needed a high player count to keep the matches up and running. They didn't get it because people fell off, and they have other options. They have other games they can go play. They can fall back on their Overwatches. They can go back to their Apex Legends. They can do that. Highguard needed to jump a bar that was way too high. They were too big for their britches, so to speak.
Yep.
And now they're shutting down on March 12th.
Yep.
So anyway,
rip
indeed, guys. Hopefully we'll get to see some local co-op shooters. But I think, oh dang, I closed my window. There it is. I think that's actually going to bring us to a close on our podcast here, guys.
Been real.
Ooh, man, it's been real. It's been fun, and it's also been real fun.
That's right.
So so we're gonna go ahead and wind everything down. I appreciate you guys being here. Shout outs to Hollow Attorney. Shout outs to Throbbing Williams. Great username there. I want to say that I thoroughly appreciate you guys being here. It's always fun talking about video games with you guys. Devin, John, y'all are amazing. Before we go, I just want to remind everybody that you're awesome, you're loved, and what you do matters. I want you to pick up the phone. I want you to call your mom, call your dad, call your brother, call your sister, call your family, call your friends. Tell them that you love them, because life is too damn short. John, Devin, let's throw up some hearts here for our audience members. Thank you so much for being here. We do this for you guys. Hopefully we'll see you guys next Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Central. We love you. We're out. Bye.